Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda, the channel name is Alba Stitcher, and this is a YouTube channel about cross stitch. You will see that Alba is with us today. I don't know how long she'll hang around. She was sitting up there, then she jumped, and now she's running away. She might be back. This is Flosstube number 50. Today is Tuesday, the 6th of June. My, we're in June already. How this year's whizzing by. Yeah, it's been 3 weeks since my last update, so I've kind of got a little pile of stuff here. I don't have any finishes this time, but I have I think 5 projects that I've worked on. I have some haul, some happy mail, so I thought it was about time that I did an update. The sun is trying to come through. We've had some very good weather here in the west of Scotland, and they're saying it's going to last for the next few weeks, so that will be good if it is. It does get very warm sometimes. It's not really normal temperatures for us, but it has been nice, so really can't complain. I've also got, sorry, the winner of the giveaway, and I have another giveaway for this week. Anyway, enough of me just blabbing on. I'll do a little bit of a life update at the end, but let's talk about what I've been working on in the last few weeks. There's been a bit of a Quaker invasion, maybe, because I've had a couple of new starts. Obviously, we had the new one for the month of June, which I'll show you. But before that, I started another Quaker from the same designer. So this is from the Heart Needleart by Wendy, and it's this is Quaker Bloom. This is it here. So I picked this up and decided to start it. To be honest, I didn't expect to get it finished, but I'm quite pleased with the progress, so I will try and get it wrapped up. Wait, I'll just move this needle because it's in the middle of a stitch, so I'll just take it out. I'm feeling a bit hoarse today, but I think it could just be work. I've been working, as I do most days. What am I saying, most days? I work full time, so I work every day except the weekends. So I'm a bit hoarse. There's been a lot of talking today on Zoom. And here is my progress on Quaker Bloom, and this is stitched with the called for threads, which they are here, and I must admit this colour palette is absolutely lovely. And this fabric, and it's a little bit washed out because it does have the hint of green, and it's called Star Sapphire by Zweigart, I think it is. This is a 32 count. I had it in my stash, just thought I would use it up, but I'm making quite good progress on it. If I just show you the chart again, you'll see I've made quite a bit of progress, so I'm hoping that in the next few weeks I'll manage to get this one finished up and add to the numerous Quakers that I have, and I do have numerous ones now. And this lovely wee needle minder that I have. I'm not quite sure where I bought it from, probably bought it from Etsy. So yeah, that was my new start, and I must admit quite a bit of progress on it as well. I do like a Quaker design, as you may have guessed, because of the Monthly Quakers, plus all the other ones that I've got. So that was my first project. And then obviously when we got to the start of the new month, it was time to pull out June Quaker. And what I tend to do is when I finish the previous month, and you will see them hanging up behind me, yeah, when I finish the previous month, I always go and have a look to see what the next month is like. Not that it really makes any difference to me, I'll stitch it anyway, but just to see an idea. I really like the colours of this one. Not quite as bright as some of the others, but this is June Quaker. Again, lovely classic Colourworks thread. So these were the threads, and I chose this time to stitch it on summer khaki. And this is again, all mine are stitched on 32 count, but the called for I think is 40 count. And again, I'll move the thread, and this is my progress so far. So I've not ironed anything. I literally just take it out the hoop so that I can show you. So that's my progress so far. I have 2 large motifs left to do. The one here that has the month in it, and then there's a kind of diamond Quaker at the side that I still have to do. So I've still got 2 large designs to do, but I'm really enjoying stitching it. It's got a little cat on it, which is good. Alba, are you coming back? No. And yeah, the yellow is Finley Gold, and it's not really showing up, but I can tell you in real life it's very clear. You can see it. It's just the light, I think. But yeah, I've made really quite good progress on this. Today's the 6th. I've not stitched on it today. And I'm not sure I'm going to stitch on it because I've stitched on it since the start of the month. I might put it down for a few days, but I don't think there's so much left to do. And that'll be June, and that'll be halfway. And I can't believe I've kept up. I'm really, I'm really quite surprised. I think part of it is also because the number of people who are also stitching them. That's really good, and that is encouraging. No matter what anybody says, I don't feel pressure, because I think Stuart's already finished his. Other people had finished them maybe the month before, but they've used the same hashtag. I'll put the hashtag down below. If you don't already follow it on Instagram, you should follow it, because everyone's doing things a little bit differently. Some people are obviously doing the kind of called for fabric and threads. Other people are switching it out, and it's just really nice. And I think that in itself, when you see somebody else finishing it, it's not that you feel pressure, oh my, I need to get mine done. It was just, I was like, right, it's time, need to get it organised and move on. So that's June. I get asked every month what I'm going to do with them. I'm quite embarrassed to say that I've not had any of them finished yet. And now I'm not even sure I'm going to finish them this year. I might wait till I've got them all completed, the stitching, and then decide what I want to do. But my plan was just to make them into flat folds so that I could swap them out every month. But yeah, I've really enjoyed stitching on them. And you know, you don't need to do the full works. If there's just 1 or 2 months that you really like and you would like to do it, please join in, use the hashtag, and then we can all share our progress. So that was number 2 project. Well, I'll just take a small drink, because I certainly have something going on in my throat today. What else have I worked on? I had another new start, and this was one that I showed you last week, oh my gosh, last time, so 3 weeks ago. It's a Christmas gift, and I couldn't wait. My concern is that I'll not finish it in time, although now that I've started it, there is a strong possibility I will finish it on time, which is good. And this is the Coffee Drinker's Confession from Heartstring Samplery. And the called for fabric, I think, is it vellum? No, it's not vellum. Let me just have a little think. I'll just check and see what the called for fabric is. It's Wren. I didn't have Wren, but I have quite an extensive stash, so I looked in my stash, and this is fabric I chose was Fabric of the Month by Crafty Kate. And see, to be honest, it's a really good kind of similar shade, but this is my progress. This one stitched up really quickly. I mean, it's not a huge design. What is it? It's 150 by 70, but it really isn't a huge design. You know, words itself don't take long. The longest thing I think has been the border, is switching out for the little coffee beans. So I am with high hopes that I'll get this finished, hopefully within the next month or so, and then I can get it to the framers. As I say, it's a Christmas present, so I don't want to hang around and wait, because it wouldn't be this Christmas it would be finished. Quite a lot of threads in it, and I am a little bit concerned by some of them because they are so similar. The thread palette is, I mean, obviously not the reds, but the browns, some of them are very similar, particularly when you're stitching them up. I'll show you these two. If you look here, so one's hazelnut and one's apple cider. There is a difference, but see when you're stitching, you don't really see that great amount of difference. But yeah, really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the fabric. So if you've not looked at Crafty Kate's, you've got a website, you can have a little look, but really enjoy stitching it up. Love the fabric, and I actually have the whole series of this one. I think there's like 5 maybe or 6. This is the first one that I've stitched. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and it's perfect for the person who it's for, who is a massive coffee drinker. I myself also a coffee drinker, but so that was the other one I stitched on. And then I also stitched on my Kindred Spirits SAL, which is the Teresa Kogut design, and here it is here. And to be fair, I haven't stitched a whole lot on this one. I tend to stitch on it on a Tuesday, but there's been a couple of Tuesdays I've missed, so yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to stick with the Tuesday, but I'll certainly try and stick with stitching on it once a week, even if it's just for a couple of hours. It's very stitch heavy. It's very stitch heavy, that's all I can say. I'm loving it, and I love the colours. I love that whole kind of muted colour range. But I've got some hanging threads actually, let me just move them. And this is my progress. So my plan is to try and get a page finished. So this is my progress so far. And this is stitched on a 32 count Murano, which I think is in pale ivory or bone. Somebody once told me it was bone, this Vigart pre-packed cuts that you get. I'm not sure, it never says bone on it, but kind of pale ivory I would say. It's a Murano, so really easy to stitch on. But yeah, I'm wanting a page finish, but yeah, that's the bottom of the page, but I've got all that top bit to do. I don't know if I showed you in the top corners, all solid stitching. And solid stitching is not something I normally enjoy. So I need to try and pace myself so that I can get some more done. But yeah, still stitching away on it. This is a long-term project. This was a SAL organised by Karen from Weedy Flowers Creations. If you're interested, pick up the chart and you can stitch along. There is no rush. I'll be stitching on this for a couple of years, so pick it up any time and put a few stitches in with us. And obviously you can follow that hashtag as well if you're interested. So I stitched on that, and then I think I only have one more to share with you that I've stitched on in the last 3 weeks. Gosh, I thought I'd stitched lots. It doesn't seem like I've stitched lots. I mean, there was a few days where I didn't stitch, you know, with the weather being good, you're outside, you're doing stuff outside, so possibly you don't stitch as much, but I do still try and stitch every day. Okay, and the final one that I've stitched on in the last 2 weeks is my Nora Corbett, and this is Peony Fairy. And I really want to get this finished, and I really want to get it finished because I have others I want to do. I have far too many whips as it is, so I need to try and finish some of them. I love stitching, but I do like a finish now and again. I can't just keep piling on the whips. So here is my progress on Peony Fairy. So I think the last time you saw it, I'd only just done this kind of bottom part. I hadn't done the top part, but that's me. The skin is 2/2. This is a 32 count springtime fabric flare fabric that I got from Lakeside Needlecraft. So it's all done in DMC. I switched out the Cryonic for Petite Treasure braid, and if you can look there, you can just see the start of it, the start of her wings for the Petite Treasure braid. But the skin is 2/2. I have a lot of patience, but I don't think I have patience for 1/1 skin. So yeah, I mean, I'm not finished, nowhere near finished, but not a bad kind of start. When I go back to stitching, I'm going to go up and finish the head off, and then go down and do all these are Petite Treasure braid, or the Krynic that I've swapped out. I might do some more of them. I really enjoyed working with the Petite Treasure braid, it's nice. Before I go down and finish off the skirt and the legs, and then obviously the beads. So yeah, it's not finished, but I have enjoyed stitching on it, and that's my progress for Peony Fairy. Now there is a number of Nora Corbetts and Mirabilias that I want to stitch. The Nora Corbetts are obviously a lot smaller than the Mirabilias. They're big, they're large. So, and that's the beads I think I've got. I can hear making a noise in the pack. Yep. So there's not a lot of beads. I don't have a lot of experience of beading, so I think it's just the beads and a couple of treasures. But yeah, these little packs are good, handy to buy. And as I say, I switched out the Krynic for Petite Treasure braid, and I think initially I just eyeballed it. I thought, oh yeah, that kind of looks like what I'm looking for. But then on Arts and Designs website, they have a conversion of Krynic to Petite Treasure braid, so I was able to then get a more accurate conversion. So that's where my Petite Treasure braid comes from, my little bundle that I've got, which is more than just the couple I think that I need for the chart. Okay, so that was all my projects. Let me take another drink of my cola. But I do obviously have some haul. Where to start with my haul? Something a little bit different. Hang on a second, I need to stand up just to get this. Okay, so when was this? Last week? The week before maybe? Maybe the week before. If you follow me on Instagram, you will already have seen these. Online shop showed some new Bothy Threads kits. I have a few Bothy Threads. I don't think I've ever stitched anything completely. And I think my stitching taste has slightly changed. It's not to say that I won't go back to them, but at the moment I didn't see anything that caught my eye. And I happened to scroll further down and they had a couple of tapestry kits. So I have never done tapestry. Please don't think I know what I'm doing, because I don't. If you've done tapestry, if you have experience of tapestry, or if you follow someone maybe on YouTube who does tapestry, please drop me a note so that I can go and watch them. I'm in no rush to start these, but I was really like, and they're kind of right up my street, so I'll show you them. Let's stop talking, Amanda, and show you them. So this was the first one, and as I say, they're from Bothy Threads, and the artist is Linda Hoskin. I had to check there. I'll tell you a little bit about her because I went and checked a little bit about her. So that was the first one, and that was the second one. So they're a pair of tapestries. I think it's 10 count canvas, and those are the two, and I was just really drawn to them, so that was why I purchased them. And in my head I'm thinking, once I've done them, I wouldn't necessarily make them into cushions, but I might get them framed and put up in my office in my house. I will have some office space in my house, so I would probably put them up there. But yeah, really like them. I've not even opened them. I've been very good. I just looked at the pictures, thoroughly enjoyed what they looked like, and yeah. So tapestry, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole. I have far too much cross stitch stash as it is, but I wanted to share these two with you. These are the two that I've purchased, obviously. And a little bit about the artist. So I had never heard of Linda Hoskin. I mean, some of the Bothy Threads, we've heard of the artists and we've seen them around, but I've never heard of this woman. So I went a little looking around, and for me, the best thing is that she's Scottish. Okay, she's based in Forfar, which is on the other side of the country for me, but she's based in Scotland, which I thought was great. And she's done a few other things. She's obviously an artist, and Bothy Threads have got obviously the rights to these designs, but she does like greeting cards and a few other ceramics, and so I've ordered a couple of things which I'll show when they come in. But yeah, just really like them, and they're a Scottish artist, which is nice. We don't often have a lot of Scottish artists, so yeah, I purchased them. A little bit out of my comfort zone, but yeah, I like them. But I'm not sure. A couple of people have said to me, yeah, it's good if your eyesight's maybe not as good as it used to be. Well, I'm already on quite heavy varifocals, so I don't know. I might be stitching them sooner than I thought. Anyway, what else have I purchased? That's not a purchase, that's just something I want to share with you. So, I don't know if anyone's familiar with Romy's creations on Etsy. She does designs, she's Italian. I'm sure it was on her Instagram. She happened to mention that she had some books out. I was like, she has some books out? I didn't know that. So I went looking, and lo and behold, yep, she has 2 books out. So let me just quickly show you. This is the first one. This is Christmas, Joyful Christmas. And I got this from, in fact, I'll show you her picture. You may recognise her from Instagram. She does a lot of stories. I don't know if that's going to focus. Maybe not. No, maybe not. Anyway, so Joyful Christmas, and the charts are not extra, kind of very detailed. Let me get something to cover you. But what was very nice when I was going through the book, you have the ability to download further charts. So I think there's 8 bonus charts that you get. And how many she got in here? 2, 4, 6. That's about 14 charts, but they're all kind of Christmas. Well, these are all Christmas, obviously, but they're not particularly complicated, not loads of backstitch, fairly straightforward, I would say. So they're kind of beginners. Goodness, what have I called? Beginners versions. And with the 8 bonus, and I did download the 8 bonus just to have a quick look to see what they were like, and they're all very similar again. So these are kind of quick stitches. And I don't, the book was not extremely expensive, so I thought it was quite a good deal. So yeah, that's the Christmas. I'll show you a few more, and then I'll move on to the, if you're a cat fan. So yeah, I mean, we do buy a lot of Christmas charts. There's always lots about. So yeah, that was the first kind of little book. It's just kind of soft backed. And then there was the Halloween one. Now I would prefer to stitch Halloween than Christmas, but both are equally as good. So here's the Halloween, and it's the same setup. Once you bought it, you've got a link to then download the other 8 charts. So when you work it out like that, they're pretty good value. And then obviously a little one at the back. I don't think there's a sheet that just shows you all of them. And again, I'll just repeat it, they're not complex charts. They're very straightforward. But I like, it's a nice aesthetic for me. I like it. It appeals to me. So yeah, I just thought I would share them with you in case anybody didn't know about them, or yeah, you might see something here that you quite like. So yeah, I'm just seeing if there's a lot of them are the kind of a little bit prim. So 2 little books from Romy's Creations that you might want to pick up and have a little look at. I have a large bottle of water here and I'm concerned it's going to go everywhere, which it might do. That's all I would need, as well as my can of cola. Okay, what else have I bought? Now I have purchased some stuff, but I did get my fabric of the month. Oh no, it's not fabric of the month. These are my May. And these are from Tommy and Lily Creations. I've talked about these now a few times. So the May one came in, and I think it came in just maybe just after I had filmed my last video. And here it is. And this one is called Cherry Blossom. Yeah. So the May pack is called Cherry Blossom, and that's 10 colours there. For me, very good value. I think I've thoroughly enjoyed receiving these packs. So yeah, I can't kind of recommend them highly enough. So they came in, which is nice. Let me see. Okay, so I've bought some charts. I always buy some charts, but I want to share this little book that I picked up, this one here. And the only reason I picked it up was because I have quite a, I don't know, interest in Quakers, but I'm not quite sure why. So this was a little book about Quaker tapestries. Got it from a second-hand shop. It's a little bit of interesting reading. It didn't really quench my thirst for why the designs are the way they are, but this was quite an interesting little book that I picked up, if anyone else is interested. Charts. Okay, so I managed to get a hold of this chart here. This is a Brenda Gervais with thy needle and thread, a Dutch tomato pin keep. It's really difficult to get Brenda Gervais here in the UK. So yeah, I managed to get this from the Netherlands. I wonder if it's, yeah, it's pretty clear. I managed to get this one from the Netherlands. So if you were interested for a different source, maybe if you're, or maybe you're not based in the UK, you could always try this supplier here in the Netherlands. Postage was not, in my opinion, over the top. So yeah, so I bought this chart. It was only Brenda Gervais I bought. She had quite a large stash of fabric as well, but I've kind of got a lot of fabric as it is. And then I bought this one here, Every Opening Flower, which I absolutely love. So yeah, they were two charts that I managed to pick up. I don't think these are this year. I think they could be last year. Let me just check the date. Yeah, they're both 2022, so these were not new. But I was glad I managed to get a hold of them. I also picked up this one, which is from Shakespeare's Peddler, and a stitch in time saves 9, and that's it there. But I should tell you, I love this, and it's not huge. It's 127 by 133, but it has some list of threads in it. But I just really like it, and I kind of like the vintage way she's displayed all this. But yeah, I picked up this, and when I got it I thought, oh, I'm going to stitch that right away, but it is a huge thread list. So yeah, that's the threads with this one. And I think I got this one off eBay, Jeff P. Smith, I think. Yeah, I think that's where I got that one. Then I picked up this one. I need to take it out of the bag, only because you'll not be able to see it. This is by Rosewood Manor, and this is Strawberry Wishes. And I got this from Arts and Designs, where I get most of my charts from, to be fair. So yeah, Strawberry Wishes from Rosewood Manor. I believe that's a new release. I then picked up a couple of Quakers. A couple from Wendy from the Heart Needleart. This is Grateful Quaker. I hope you can see that clearly enough. And this is the Love Mini Quaker. And I'm probably going to use some of the threads that were in that May Cherry Blossom pack from Tom and Lily. And this one here, which is from Lucy B, All My Quaker's Heart. Oh, I've left something next door. I need to go and get it. And then I purchased this sampler as well, and this is from Pansy Patch Quilt and Stitchery. and that's it there. I like the colour palette of it. It's a little bit different. We don't often get the kind of blues. So that was nice. So I had watched it, or I had seen it a few times, and it was released, I think, last year. Let me just check. Yeah, it was released last year, and I liked it, but I hadn't pushed to go and purchase it, and then I thought I'm going to buy it. And it's got a few smalls as well in it. That's not even, it's loose leaf. That's the only thing, it's not bound, it's loose leaf. So yeah, but it's nice. I really like it. It's nice. And I hear you all sitting there saying, well, I don't know what age you think you're going to live to stitch all these things, and I agree. But I'm hoping for some octopus arms so that I can stitch for a lot longer. I'm just going to pause you because I want to go and get something from next door. Okay, that's me back. I had left my fabric of the month that I had received and some other charts. So let me talk about more Quaker charts. And I'm trying to understand this addiction that I have with them. I don't know what it is. And I've got two kind of lined up for Sampler September, so I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if you're watching. If you're not, you should be, which is Yasmin Made with Love. She's a YouTuber. She's done lots for charity. She does charity runs. But she's also a new cross-stitch designer as well. And you know, I don't even know why I say new. I only say new so that you wouldn't know, or maybe you've not heard about her, but the reality is her designs are great. So, I don't buy a lot of PDF. You've probably noticed that. And my experience is, with me, I buy PDF, I download them, occasionally I will print them, but often I forget about them. That's just what happens. I buy them and I don't do anything with them. So I very much resist buying PDF unless there is really, really no other alternative. And I can normally find an alternative so that I don't have to buy a PDF. The exception recently, I think, was Rose Quaker. I did buy that PDF and I printed it out right away. So Yasmin had started designing a little while ago, a few months ago, but her designs were only available as PDF. So as much as I liked them, I had resisted buying them because I know what I'm like. And there are many, many tools out there that I could use, but it's just how I function. I don't function well when I've just printed out a chart. I know it's exactly the same chart, but I just don't function well. So happily, a couple of weeks ago, Yasmin showed that she had now printed some of her charts. So I couldn't get onto Etsy quick enough to get them purchased. So she's on Etsy. I have a card here. So that you can, yeah, obviously go on Etsy and have a look to see what she's got. She's got a wide range of different types. Her aesthetic very much pleases me, but it's a real mix, and she loves colour, which is good. So the first one I picked up was Queen Bee, and I have seen this stitched up. I joined Yasmin's Facebook group, and people are stitching it in all different kind of colours of fabric. Some people are stitching to the design here, and others have went for a more neutral. I want to stitch this, and I don't want to wait forever because it's Quaker and it's bees. So I went through my stash and I'm thinking I'm going to stitch it on this piece of fabric that I have. It's not like the design, but that's what I think I'm going to stitch it on. It's a wee bit brighter than what it's showing. And the reason I pulled the fabric is that if I pulled the fabric, there's a greater chance I'll start it. So that was the first one that I purchased. And then she's got a companion piece, which is Peacock Quaker. And I really like this one too. So I then went into my stash to see what I had, what fabric I have. And I have no idea where I bought these. These are probably from a D-stash site that I've bought this. I don't think I was part of any club that produced these, but I'm thinking I'm going to stitch it on this, maybe a bit closer to what the called for is. I really like it. Our designs are great. The crispness of the Quaker really appeals to me. Our colour choices are fab. Now, these are paper charts, as I say. I don't do... it's not that I don't do PDFs. I do, but I'm just going to open the chart to show you. So I apologise for the crinkling. I just wanted to give you a little idea of how clear the charts are. And the reason I know this is because I watched a recent video, and this is really quite sturdy. And remember the one I've just showed you, which is a fine chart from Pansy Patch, but this one is all stapled, so I'm not going to lose any of it, and it's nice and clear. So I think, first of all, well done to Yaz for putting all this together and getting it out there so that we can purchase it. But for me, it's nice that I can get a paper chart. And I know I'm old school, and I'm old school. I have my highlighters and all the rest of it. And you know, it's fine. I don't need to use pattern keeper. I don't need to use, what's the other one? XP markup, whatever it is. I can do my paper if I can. So, but Yaz was super generous to me. So I purchased those 2 charts, and then she very kindly gifted me 2 charts. So I want to show you them because I think you will find a range. Oh my goodness. Please bear with. You know, this is what happens. I should film in the morning before I start work. See, once I've done work, that's it. Everything's like gone. Okay, okay. So that's better and not quite as noisy. So this was the first one she gifted me. Seasonal animals. I mean, who doesn't love an owl? Which I do, obviously. And then we've got the bunnies and the fish and the deer. And again, it's super quality, absolutely unbelievable quality. The printing is really clear. She's done a great job. So that was also, sorry, that was gifted to me. And then finally, my gosh, the day's not over yet, and this is what's happening with me. Maybe I should learn to edit, then you wouldn't see all this. You would just see me being, well, me obviously. Okay. And here is the last one. And this is the bird collection. And you know, I remember when Yaz released this one and she put it on its Instagram, I was like, oh, that's lovely. But look, absolutely gorgeous little birds. So if this is something that you would be interested in, and again, can I just say everything is it's all stapled. And let me show you this lovely owl here. So yeah, really nicely done. Beautiful booklets, and thank you very much, Yaz, for gifting me them. And I can't wait to start what I'm going to do next. Okay, that's all my kind of charts that I've purchased in the last few weeks, but I do have some fabric. So the first fabric that I got was my fabric of the month, and this is from West Green Loft Yarns. They dye some linen as well, and this is a 36 count fat quarter. I'll just show you it. It's really blowing out a little bit. It's a very much steely grey. In my opinion, it's a steely grey. So I got this. And I got my final thread club from Poppy Patch, which I started at the beginning of the year, and these are my last ones for Cottage Garden Thread, so there'll be no more of these. And these are the threads for this month. They're doing the Advent again, So if that's something that you would be interested in, you can contact us, poppypatch.co.uk. Let me just show you them. So they're cottage garden threads, which I believe you can get them now in the UK. But this is the last pack of my monthly threads. Okay, so I think that's all my stash. I was contacted by someone who watches my videos, and they said to me, I'm having a little bit of a destash, a clear out. I'd like to give you some charts. And you can obviously use these charts or give them away as giveaways. And I was like, oh yeah, thanks very much. She wanted to remain anonymous, which is fine. But I just wanted to say, you know who you are. And this is what I received, the big bundle. Thank you very much. I'm using one as a giveaway for this week. And I had been going through my stash. I thought I'd brought something else, but clearly I haven't. I don't want to pause again, to be honest. I was going through my stash, and from my time when I was in the Netherlands, because this is actually video number 50. I can't believe it. Video number 50. I remember doing the first video, sitting on the floor in the apartment in the Netherlands, and I was very different back then, but life in general was very different back then. So I had been going through some of my stash, and I came across a couple of, well, I now know that I have all of them, but it was these kits by Mirabilia. I just pulled out 2, I've got all 6. So this one was the Easter Fairy, and this is the Thanksgiving Fairy, and I have no idea where I purchased them from. It was probably the US. They all come up fully kitted, and I thought I really want to maybe start maybe one of these. As I say, I've got them all. I would quite like to have them all stitched, but I've noticed when I was at the last retreat that Arts and Designs are offering the chart only. Not just them, you can get the chart only. So this is the Christmas elf fairy. So I'm thinking I might start this one. I really like it. I have most of this one's not kitted up. I have the kitted up one. This is the chart only. I know, I forget what I've got. So yeah, I'm now kind of pondering about these because I really like them. So, as I say, 50 videos. Can't believe it. Where is the time gone? But that's really all my stitching, I think. I'll do the giveaway winner, then I'll do a bit of a life update for everyone. Okay, so in my last video, I had been gifted this chart by Arts and Designs, and this was one of the newer Bella Filipina, the Poison Apple. Or is it called the Poison Apple? Yeah, the Poison Apple. I'd asked for everyone to use the word apple if you were interested in winning this, and I did the random comment picker, and Pauline Dutton is the winner. So Pauline, if you can drop me a message with your address, I'll get this in the post to you. I can't include any of the threads because I would need to open it up to see, because I don't know which threads it requires, so I might just include something else for you. I'm not quite sure. So Pauline, if you let me know, and I'll get this in the post. So I told you someone had contacted me and they had offered a lot of their kind of destash stuff, which was great, and it's a great range of different charts. I'm not going to show you them, they'll all be a surprise, but I want to give away this booklet. And this is a Teresa Kogut booklet. I've got this in my stash. There could be a point where I will actually start it. Let Love Reign. And I chose this specifically. As I said, this is video number 50 for me. I cannot tell you how good it has been to be part of this community. I've made some great friends, most of them virtually, but I have made some great friends. People are very welcoming. People are encouraging. I see a little bit here and there, but in general, everyone is very understanding. They always want to help one another. And I would like to keep that going in the community as much as possible. So this is the booklet I would like to offer for this week as a giveaway. If you use the word love, you can just use the word love, or you can put it in a sentence, that's fine. But use the word love, and I'll draw up my next video, which will probably be maybe 3 weeks' time. And you could be the lucky winner of this. And there's more than one project in this booklet. So you have the small kind of heart pillow, You have this one, and you obviously have the big sampler as well, which I'll show you a picture of. There it is there. So you get the big sampler as well. Use the word love. Please don't say giveaway. Please be over 18 so you can give me your address. Yeah, all that usual stuff. And if you don't want to hear about life update, go away, enjoy your day. Thanks very much for coming by. Thanks for everybody who bought me a coffee, who likes, comments, subscribes. I'm loving it all. 50, can't believe it. And here's to the next however many I do. So, a bit of a life update. A couple of people have asked me what's happening with your leg. Is it all fixed? My leg is not fixed. That's the short answer. And to be honest, I get tired talking about it. It's kind of how I start every conversation when people see me or talk to me. Oh, how's your leg? So possibly I've not mentioned it in the last few weeks because I am just getting tired of talking about my leg. I go to a breakfast club, a group of friends all meet and we have breakfast on a Saturday morning, and it's always a topic. How's your leg? So that's why I possibly don't talk about it so much. Oh, Alba's come back. I go back to a hospital here, not my usual hospital here in Glasgow. It's the other side of Glasgow, to the Royal. There's a specialist clinic there who meets once a month for the plastics team to have a look to see what they can do to help it heal. There is no infection in my leg. Actually, it's fine. It just will not heal. This is the problem. It won't heal. So I'm going there. I've been before. They wanted me to have an MRI, which I've had. So we'll see what they say now. Because I've not, as I say, it's still not healed. So yeah, that's why I don't talk about my leg, because it becomes all-encompassing, which I don't like. About my dad, things are not great. It's a kind of steady decline. Anyone who's had a relative or a partner or a parent who's had Alzheimer's will know. We had a bit of a rocky time, but now it just seems to be in a decline. The dementia nurse was over and she's coming back tomorrow. The hallucinations and hearing things are quite prevalent at the moment, and I think my mum and I struggle because we're like, I don't know what you hear. We don't hear it. What is it you hear? Or what is it that you see? He sees things that we obviously don't see. And the dementia nurse gave us an example of another couple. So I thought maybe I would share that story, because maybe that story makes sense, because it did certainly make sense to me, as opposed to what my dad is hearing, which is he can hear birds in the loft. They have a loft space. There is nothing up there, but he's convinced there's birds up there. So the story that Dementia Nurse shared was about a woman in her own house, and out the front of their house was lots of trees. And what happened was, as it got dark, the woman started to see these trees as men looking in at her. Excuse me, as men looking in at her. And as a result, she started to get very anxious and upset. So the husband was advised, please close the curtains, that's what's causing the distress, but he didn't. So eventually the dementia nurse went to the son and said, look, you need to go around, you need to close the curtains so the woman, she can't see the trees, so therefore she doesn't get upset. And that was really what happened, and it worked fine. She was fine after that. But the point being, to you and I, the trees just look like trees. We don't kind of see them as anything else, but for her it was very much, it was people, or it was men looking in at her. So that made me maybe understand a little bit of what he is seeing compared to what we see, and how upsetting that could be, because when the dementia nurse told that story, I found it really upsetting. So, and I could immediately identify with it. So maybe it kind of made me understand a little bit about what my dad, it's very real to him. Everything is very real, even though we say to him, no, it's not that. Everything is very real. So yeah, don't want to end on a downer. It's been 50 videos, 50 great videos, 2.5 years or so ish, and I appreciate everyone who interacts with me and kind of pops on by to watch. Sorry, it can be a bit chaotic, but yeah, kind of like that at the moment. Never used to be, but that's what I'm kind of like at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to go. 50 minutes, more than enough of me yapping on here. I hope you're all doing well. Stay safe, look after one another, and I don't know if Alba's even going to say hello. Alba, are you going to say hello? Anything? Good girl, you're a good girl. So at least she turned up, which is nice. And yes, and I'll see you in a few weeks' time. Okay, bye bye folks.